Hello and welcome to the Montreal Hacker. We have a new guest here, Raul Castro, right?
Yeah.
He's an IT professional, a cybersecurity professional from Spain, and with a very interesting background. Hi, Raul, and welcome to our Montreal Hacker discussion. And let's start by can you tell us something about you, your background, and your career? That's very interesting.
I started in the world of hacking very young. Like I when I was 10 years old, more or less. I started coding and I start working in my things in hacking, but nothing special, just like a hobby and like a normal kid. But when I grow up, I start do something more in the world of hacking, and I start doing capture the flag, so new challenge, something like that. I start creating scripts, something that help me with things of coding or hacking in general. When I was in 16 years old, I started my degree in mechanical engineer, but that was not for me, and I changed for telecommunications engineer. I finished my degree like the last year. So now the university give me the opportunity with my teacher to do start working in like a researcher on in the world of hacking, ethical hacking. Now I am here.
So
Um,
you switched sides. So you started by hacking. What did you hack when you were young? What
well,
type of hacking you were performing?
well, the typical, I guess. I start with the negation of the DOS, the DOS. I guess it's
Yeah,
in English like that.
yeah,
Maybe.
DDoS. Yeah.
Yeah, I start with the most typical things like, okay, what it is, something like that. Okay, okay, now we can. Well, when I was young, the internet was more insecure in general and was more easy to attack something systems or computers because, well, the security was like no, they don't have security in reality. So so it started like the typical things, creating something. Okay, what is page, typical injection, typical SQL injection of page of the some governments of Guatemala. I start like that. So I start like these typical things, little things. um that's so when I was grow up, I was doing more things, more more technique things, but for the moment, that's all, I guess.
So, but where do you find information about, let's say, code or the technical stuff? When you first
Ooh,
started,
that's
on
great.
the internet, or where did you find the details how to do it?
When I was young, my father bought me a book, a typical book of famous hacker here in Spain. um but was so difficult for me for that moment. It was so difficult because it's so many technique. But I start with that book because it was very interesting. In YouTube, I searched a lot of info about coding. Nothing special about hacking because hacking is more high in general. Now in these days, no. Now we can you can see capture the flags of systems or whatever. But when I was young, was more hacking world was more high. So for a start, I start with YouTube, one book. But when I get more level, I start with the forums of internet, hacking forums. that forums was not bad because they don't have a ethic. It's like, okay, look this, you have this info. With this info, you can do whatever you want. I start like that.
And then after, when you grow up and you've done this, I think you joined also some groups of hackers, right? How did you join? How did you join these groups? I think
Ooh,
you told me about the groups, like even well-known groups, right?
yeah, I don't want to talk about known groups because I don't think that there's some groups that not the groups, the crews on where I was. Some are big, but the crews, some crews that I was is like, okay, in the forums, we saw in the forums like the, okay, how you do this? Okay, in that moment we use Skype and TeamSpeak 3. The TeamSpeak is like Discord,
Yep.
and we use that for talk. For high your IP, we use machines, virtual machines, VPNs to, okay, because internet is very insecure and we want to be uh, secure, and incognito, I guess in English.
Yeah.
So we want this. We use forums to talk about that. When you start in the forums, sometimes in that moment, uh, you can talk with another person and, okay, look at this. I have this. I have this exploit, but I don't know how to use it. What do you think? They give you the info. We start the cruise of hacking in that way. That was my experience. That doesn't mean that it's the general experience for everybody, but that was my experience and how I started the cruise of hacking. But that was my experience in forums and TS3, TeamSpeak 3.
And these groups, they work together, like let's say they have a goal. They say, let's say I'm gonna we're gonna hack a bank, for example. I don't know, I'm giving an example. So they work like all the group together to get to get to the goal, or each individual will hack something different.
Depends because you have professional crews that they want to do something special and they have a main focus, and you have crews of friends, for example, that was with me. That, hey, look, I have this exploit of this computer, this system from Denmark, for example, but I don't know how to exploit this. Okay, can look this, can check this, and try it. We start like this, but professional crews is totally different because they have a main focus, what they want, what attack they want to do, what a company enterprise want to attack. It's totally different. The professional crews, the how they work is in 3, 4, 5, 6 levels up that the normal, because of course they are professionals. They want money. The rest of people like me, we are like, okay, this will be fun. It's maybe it's something new for me. Why not? I can try it, but nothing in like we want money, because that was not my focus when I was young. It's like, okay, I can do it. So if I can do it, I'm going to do it. But when I was young, of course, that does mean that it's not correct, because you can attack systems because if you want, or because you can. But in professional groups of hacking are different. They have a main focus. They are going to attack, coordinate, because that's his objective is money, because it's money. In professional careers of hackers, is the money is is his main focus. So it's different, totally different. The professional crews, normal crews, because a normal crew can be a researcher crew, or for fun, but a professional career is totally different. The objectives are totally different.
And so you started to hack. What how difficult is to hack some company or whatever you have? I guess you did hack some of the companies, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's very easy. It's like you like with a little practice of capture the flag from hack the box or another website. With few months, you can attack a company and you can hijack a company, but that's sometimes because something can happen. But normally, that is very difficult because to attack, for example, a huge company, they pay for protection, of course, or they have a cybersecurity group to protect them, and they check everything. So to attack this kind of company by exploits is very difficult. It's very difficult. So to attack huge companies, normally we use social engineer. We attack with phishings because imagine you have a 7 million of infrastructure and you pay 1 million, 6 million, 10 million for a group of cybersecurity engineers to protect you. It's very difficult that you can find an exploit to use it. But with social engineer, we can attack everybody of that company. We can access to the info of the company if they do a good job, for example. So it's crazy sometimes. In general, if we want to attack a huge company, it's crazy because you are not going to find an exploit and use it. But sometimes it's very easy. Like, okay, I find this, and now I have to access to this. Okay, now I have access to the system. Okay, now I'm going to use. I am going to pivoting to another computer, another in the same system. Okay, now we are going to escalate. So now I'm in the final point. Okay, I have access to the admin system. So okay, I can hijacking in 3 to 2 hours maybe, but sometimes take a lot of months, like it's 1 year to prepare attack and attack. Take that info. For example, one famous attack was by I don't know the group, but was one guy, a young guy. I was a child, I guess. He hacked um, Rockstar Games, I guess is the name of that.
Okay.
It's a company of video games. Was one guy, and only with phishing and social engineer, he take all his info. So sometimes it's easy.
So basically, what you target someone from the company, some individual or some individuals, and you find out a lot of information about that person, right?
Yeah,
And then you start a phishing attack.
yeah. With all the info, we start with social engineer because sometimes, okay, this guy is the good guy.
Yeah.
That's the objective, but this guy is prepared, so it's not valid to attack because we can. This guy know all the tricks. He checked the emails. He checked the who's on the email. Okay, he checked the website.
Yeah.
So we can attack this. So we this is the good objective to access to take the control of the company, but we can attack the guy. So we select another guy, and maybe this guy don't works in the same level, but if we have access to his computer, we can access to another computer. Okay, look, we can I don't know how to do this, but imagine we can take his mail and we can send that email to his boss, and his boss say okay, it's my employer. I can,
Okay, and you can send the phishing to his boss, and then you
yeah,
from internally, right?
yeah. Of course, it's all internally. It's all like attacks of this kind are internally. We take it's for levels. Okay, your boss is level 5, and you are level 3, but you have a contact with him because we start meetings, so we send emails, something like that. Okay, we are not to talk to your boss. We are going to talk to you. But when you was infected, we are going to attack your boss, and your boss is the principal objective. So that's how, in general, the attacks are made.
Do you think the hacking is mostly possible because companies are not well protected, or because hackers are very good? What is in your opinion, the reality of this?
I think the first one. I think the companies are not
Well protected.
prepared. Are not prepared and not protected at all because they have the info. Oh, hey, we have a lot of attack efficiencies. Watch out with your emails. Hey, don't click this link. You have that info, and the hackers can do nothing more than this because if your infrastructure is good,
Yeah.
we can go. But if you click that, hey, you give me your case, so you are done.
So
So
mostly human. It's the humans.
the human,
Yeah.
the human, the human issues is the principal reason of the principal reason of hacking in general in big companies, and in big companies, medium companies, small companies in general. It's like okay, one link, one USB. I don't, bro, don't put that USB in your computer. So it's the human error, I guess.
Yeah, human error is the first.
The principal is the principal problem of the attacks.
I suppose you attacked many countries, right? Like not only Spain, but also some other countries, right? In Europe.
No, mm,
Well, just yeah. No, my question was more like because I think you attacked some companies in Canada as well, right? You tried to get some, and my question was mostly how are companies in Canada, are they prepared, or what's the level in your opinion in a Canadian
can
uh,
say it in general.
defense? Yeah, in a Canadian defense.
Not
Yeah,
only in Canada, just in Europe, America,
yeah,
in general. After no before of 20 in 19 like a 6 year old
yeah.
was on a scale of 1 to 10, a 5
In Canada.
in general.
Oh,
Canada,
in general. Okay, okay.
Europe, Canada was a 5. For the boom of the IT, I guess,
Yeah.
cybersecurity engineers, a lot of cloud engineers, and whatever. Now, easy is 7, 6.5,
So
easy.
it's increased. The security increased, right?
Yeah, now we have a lot of more information. Now we know what is phishing. Now we know that we don't have to click in every links. Now we have that info. Now we know that they can attack your phone. Okay, can spoofer call, or they can send you a SMS, I guess it's in
Yeah,
English,
yeah, yeah.
with fake info.
Text, a text message. Yeah.
Yeah, text message with fake info. But now we are prepared for that. Now you can tell your father, "Hey, don't click on everything. It's not okay. It's not good. It's that." Now imagine the in IT companies or big companies or medium companies. Now we have that info. Of course, we have the human error. We can protect everything. We can. We are not robots. We have. We need to fix a lot of things of your code or whatever. But it's an increase. Now we have the info. Uh, Now we have the info to be protected about everything. Not everything, of course, because I don't know. For example, Israel have a lot of books, a lot of exploits that they use to do a lot of things, and of course that is private info, and they don't want to. But in general, we are protected.
It's much better. But how can you explain then? Because we see a lot of hacking these days, like big companies are being hacked. With databases are stolen and everything. How can you explain? So the security level increased, however, the level of hacking is still high.
That's easy. Look, I don't know where I read this, but like 5 years ago, um, Microsoft uh, had like I don't know. I'm going to say a random number, 100K of employees,
Yeah.
and now they are 200K of employees. The human error now is so big.
Okay.
That's in all the IT companies, they have more employees because the IT companies now are big, enough big to have more demand more employees, and that means that the human error increase because it's normal. Okay, for example, a small company like 10 years ago only need 10 employees to work, like to work in general,
Yeah.
and that is small, very small. 10 employees is very small. Now a company to work needs like I don't know 20, 15. That means that the human error increase. Um, you can be protected because like okay, for example, every day, all these days, we can find bugs of Microsoft, and you can be protected about that. But Microsoft now is working in that every night. I guess I don't know if it's every night or like 2, 3 nights. They update his Microsoft update
Yeah, they do.
to fix problems and whatever because that's normal. Um, the principal uh, hacks of these days are not about exploits. It's from phishing, I guess.
Yeah.
I attacks that I read in this that big attacks are from phishing. Are not like hey, they find a book and they use that book to access and take the control of your system. Maybe yes, but we don't have a really report of that, or I don't read that and report that. But all the attacks that I read are from phishing. The attack of Rockstar was a phishing attack, was a social engineering attack, and that's the point. If the companies, that's normal, I guess, because they have more money now. They have more money and they need more employees, so they need to contract more people, and the human error increase. That's all. For
Not.
me,
Yeah.
from my point, that's all because that's it's very hard. find a specific bug and use it to attack. It's very hard to find it. Um, the companies, big companies. I don't know if you know the website HackerOne.
No.
You know what is bug hunting?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Now big companies like Meta, Google, Microsoft. Now in these days, like 5 years ago, Apple started with the bug huntings. A lot of companies, IT telecommunication companies, start working with bug huntings because if you have something, they are going to pay you. They prefer pay you to you like I don't know 3, 4, 5K for one book, or maybe not that much, but they prefer pay you.
yeah. And if you found bugs in the code and whatever, yeah.
Yeah. For me, that's the point. From my point of view, of course.
But as a hacker, I think you make more money, right, than that.
Yeah. For example, okay, I have a book of Microsoft, but maybe I can use it, or maybe no.
Yeah.
So why not report it? Maybe without report, Microsoft are interested in me and maybe hire me. So why not? Why not? That's the I think now the balance of black hacking and
White. Yeah.
black hat and white hat is like now the balancing is more there that 5 years ago that was this for me this that's my point.
But you switched now. You're a white hat. You now you work as in cybersecurity, but to defend. I imagine, right? To protect more systems
Nah,
um,
yes, well, I am working
in a lab.
I'm working in both sides right now in attack and defense because that's my job. That's my I'm working that I'm developing tools for attack and for defense. When I was in Naples with you, was a different was a tool of defense. Now I'm working in an attack tool to that is a automation of by voting in a system. That is like imagine a system, a box. Imagine a box. Now we have access to this, but I need to move this. So this tool I'm working right now is going to do this automatic. When I was in Naples, my tool was about defense. It was okay. I have this analytics from Mitre, a website of attacks. I have this analytics. Okay, I'm going to use it, the analytics to check your system and check if with analytics your system is okay. What's a defender tool?
What is, in your opinion, the best attack tool for now, like which we can find freely on the internet?
Kali Linux. If
Have a
you
lot of.
if you have the info, if you have the skills, Kali Linux is the best one. Yeah, and Parrot, but you can switch in. This is the same. For me, it's the same. Parrot, Kali Linux are the same. Different different interface, but for me, it's the same.
What about the artificial intelligence? Do you think it's going to be integrated in the cybersecurity tools?
Yeah, more in defense, I guess. For me, I guess it will be me more implemented in defense than in attack because attack. For me, for me, I think the attacks 100, not 100%, but 99% will be by people like me, you. But the defense, the artificial intelligence, take a big step in 5 years. I don't know when, but in 5 years, 10 years, maybe the next year, they have a big step in that because machine learning with artificial intelligence. In some point, they can be defense the system of attacks, DDoS or whatever. But yes, for me, artificial intelligence is very, very interesting. Um, it's very huge. right now.
Okay, thank you very much. And what would you send a message to companies how they should defend themselves? Like what companies should do more in order to get more secure?
Uh, Go to a conference about cybersecurity and take talks of this. It's easy. It's just call one cybersecurity engineer. Um, hey, can you give me info of what need to do and what not to do? Um, that's all.
Education, more like, right?
Well, with more information, it's more easy to be protected. It's like a drive a car. If you have all the info, you can drive very well. But imagine you give the keys to a kid. They only know how to start and how to stop. Okay, but they don't have info about what that mean. Okay, red light. Okay, yellow light. So what I mean is that with more information, when you have more info, it's more easy to be protected. It's very easy with more info. And you don't need, of course, if you are a big company, you have the money. Okay, why not pick pick 3 5 guys of cybersecurity engineers? Why not? You are going to be safe in a long time in the same time. But if you don't have that money, for example, just take that info. In internet now, we have a lot of podcasts about cybersecurity. You can go to Congress of cybersecurity, or you can talk with people of LinkedIn. Maybe they can do talk about how to be secure in without, but with more info, and you will be more secure.
Raul, thank you very much, and we'll keep in touch certainly. Thank you for your time.
Okay,